How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man R&B, and this is Smallville Reviews Mondays, and this week is Season 2, Episode 5. What happens on this week's episode is Lana meets this kid named Byron, and he's locked up in a cellar, and we don't know why at the beginning of the episode, but he sneaks out at night. He's leaving these love poems for Lana on her parents' grave, and he has to be back before sunlight, and we find out that later on in the episode, if he gets out in the sun, he transforms and gets this alternate personality, and it is pretty much unstoppable. And that's why his parents locked him up in the cellar and faked his death, because the last time he got out, he almost hurt his father, and they've been keeping him in the cellar ever since. And the reason we find this out is because after Byron meets Lana and Clark, after the second time he leaves to give her the second poem, they get to know him, and then they take him back to his house, and his father comes out at gunpoint and tells Byron to get back in the cellar and tells Lana and Clark to not trespass on their land anymore. So Clark goes to tell his father to bring the cops with him, and then when they take the cops with them, the father tells them that Byron died 8 years ago. And so Jonathan Kent and Clark and Lana and the police officer leave, and the police officer said he's going to get a warrant. So after this, Byron breaks out again, and he goes and tries to talk to Lana, and then he gets back before his father gets back, and then Clark and Pete go into the house whenever his father and them are out doing something, and they break into the house, and the dog tries to bite Clark, but he can't because Clark's Superman, and he's indestructible, and the dog runs off, and Clark and Pete break the cellar door down and get Byron out of there, and when they get Byron out of there, he transforms, and he attacks Clark and Pete and put Pete in the hospital and runs out, and they can't find him. And there's a search party out for Byron, and Lana goes to the gravesite where Byron's grave is, and Byron's looking at it. Then Byron attacks Lana and then runs off, and then he goes after Lionel Luthor, because Lionel Luthor is the one that headed up this project that Byron went through. And he goes, and Lionel Luthor and Martha Kent's about to leave for Metropolis because Martha Kent's working for Lionel Luthor now. And Byron grabs the helicopter while it's still in midair and then forces it down, and then Clark comes, and him and Byron get in a fight, and Byron knocks Clark 50 feet away, and then Clark sees a little old abandoned whale and uses super speed to knock Byron in there, and Byron turns back to his regular self, and they somehow take Byron to the hospital and got this light to keep him at his normal state, and that way he won't transform again. And that's really all that happened on this week's episode. If y'all have ever watched this episode, what do y'all like about it, and what do you think's gonna happen now that Lana is done told Clark pretty much, either you tell me what you're trying to hide from me, or we ain't gonna have a future. As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out. That's dudes off.